You might have to like, reassess that.
Good.
And,
See you guys.
once you get that one freed
See you
up,
later.
or get them aligned, then because you're working on the one below, you might have to go back and do some extra work.
So then after you get that one pushed into the left rotation, then would you come over to the left side and fix that left mount position on both the T4, T5?
Yeah, that's what I was just kind of thinking, that you might have to do something like that afterwards. But that's if you adjusted it and it fixated. Usually they say like if you instill the mobility there, then it just kind of like will bounce back, you know.
Yeah, like kind of open it up and then like fix that just like restriction.
Yeah, because the vertebrae basically they know where they want to be. But so once you instill that movement in there, then they'll kind of just like readjust themselves afterwards.
Yeah.
As long as you don't, use a lot of force, and then like that one that was the one below, you don't misalign that one and cause it to be fixated as well. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how they think of it usually. Okay, so now these couple are a little bit more complicated because you've got some variability about your segmental contact points here. So our restriction is going to be right rotation restriction, which is going to be what?
Left foot.
Left rotation malposition. Now our move is going to be prone bilateral. You can use a hypothenar or thumb on a spinous process and a thenar on a transverse process, crossed. So one hand is going to be doing, this one gets a little bit more complicated. So the one hand is going to be hypothenar on the spinous process, or you could switch it and do the thumb. Okay? But the other hand, this is going to be a cross, and we're back in the bilaterals now, right? So this hand is either going to be hypothenar or spinous process, or hypothenar or thumb contact on the spinous process, and then your other hand is going to be thenar on the transverse process. Okay? So this one, where's Tony? Tony, this one would be like that, like how you said before, would be a good one for that. Okay?
Well, this one you're pushing both hands in the same direction.
The one's going, let's see what for this one is, yeah, so this is a left rotation malposition, so you're just going into one P to A direction for this one. But with a lateral flexion, then that would work good for that, which is our next one. The next one is the same thing, but with a lateral flexion restriction. So this way, then you could use, open or close the wedge. Okay, so I guess we'll get the paper out. So again, this is the same thing. This is a right or a left rotation malposition. Left rotation malposition. So left rotation malposition, body left. We're going to lift up the transverse process on this side. We're going to be at number 13. So we're at T4. So this is a T4 vertebrae. T4, T5. Okay, so this one here is going to have hypothenar contact against the spinous process. So hypothenar against the spinous process and thenar against the transverse process on the opposite side like this. So here's your setup for this one, right? Really, this hand is not going to be doing too much, except for maybe just kind of countering whatever this one does, so you don't like inflict too much, P to A. But you're just going to push up P to A, straight down. The other thing that you can do, they said, is to use a spinous process contact with your thumb. And this one really, you can see that when you just have this rotational malposition, you're going to push this way, and then on the thenar process on this side. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one's going to push here this way, and then this one here down on this transverse process, or you could go like this. And you see what you're trying to do is you're just trying to move that spinous process over this way. And you can push down on the transverse process to help you to do that too. Okay, so why don't you guys set up for that one?